Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with News Australia is taking aim at the behaviour of corporate tax lawyers and accountants. But first, in the US, their federal government ran a budget deficit in June amid higher government spending and steady revenues. Government spending exceeded revenues by $90 billion last month. The deficit was $96 billion higher than in June 2016 when they recorded a $6 billion surplus. Not only are they going backwards on their budget now, new analysis shows that with the new administration's plans, things will not improve materially either, if it can be implemented. The promised balanced budget is nowhere in sight, and improved economic growth is not on the horizon either. China's non-financial outbound direct investment dropped 45% to $66 billion in the first half of the year from the same period a year ago. That's according to the state-run Xinhua news agency, which cited data from the Ministry of Commerce. That drop is being reflected in a sudden halt of deals being done at HNA, one of its most prolific overseas acquirers. But the word is that deals already agreed, like their takeover of UDC via their wholly owned TIP trailer services, will be completed. In data released early this morning, China's trade surplus came in unchanged for June from May, but there was a surprisingly strong rise in both imports and exports. Their export trade levels grew 11% from the same period a year ago, and imports are up 17% on the same basis. These are strong signals their economy is gaining momentum. A part of this is the new data suggests China will import more than 1 billion tonnes of iron ore this year. In Australia, there are calls to rein in the activities of accountants and lawyers who give tax avoidance advice, and especially those who create vehicles for their clients to do so. They have a black economy task force, and ahead of that said tax agents are either assisting their clients to make fraudulent claims or are blind to techniques and systems used in the black economy. Essentially, they are questioning the ethical behaviour of corporate tax lawyers and tax accountants, claiming they regularly cross the line. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield has risen today, is now at 2.34%. The price of oil has also risen and is now just over $46 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just on $48.50 a barrel. The IEA says the oil market could stay oversupplied for longer than expected due to rising production and limited output cuts by some OPEC exporters, especially Nigeria and Libya. The IEA also says that demand for oil is rising. The price of gold is basically unchanged at $1,217 an ounce, and the Kiwi dollar has recovered further, is now up half a cent to 73.2 US cents. On the cross rates, we're at 94.7 Aussie cents and 64.2 euro cents. The TWI is back to 77 and close to a 3-month high. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.